Ride around my top down, window shaking a lot now. I'ma stay proud, no Kane Brown, but I thank God for these days now. Don't make sounds, crash glass, no rebounds. End town, Nashtyville, and I stay proud now. Hey guys, welcome to Nashtyville. As always, it's your main man, Young Gray. To the right of me, I got DeMonte. How you doing, DeMonte? How's it going?
Man. How y'all doing, man?
Doing pretty good.
That's good.
4 pretties, I guess, so that's pretty good.
Good
I got
segue.
the pretty boy in the background, the heartthrob of football, Chad Beebe in the building.
In the house.
What an honor. Chad Beebe is in the building. And behind me right here, the one and only, I've been asking him for weeks, scheduling in his busy schedule of being a megastar. We have Mr. Nashty, Will the Thrill O'Matic.
Yes.
How you doing, Thrill?
Man, I am excited to finally be here with all the homies.
Nice, man. That's exciting, Thrill, man. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm glad we got you today.
Well, here I'm gonna be tortured.
So we have one of my good friends online today, Miss Robin S. How you doing, Robin?
Woo! Wonderful.
That's awesome, Robin. We miss you, and I miss you too, Robin. Holy crow. It feels like it's been for forever.
It has been.
I know. We got to get together like ASAP, like tomorrow. What's your schedule looking like? So tell us, so obviously we know you got a lot going on. It's the 30th anniversary of Show Me Love. Not 30th anniversary of Show Me Love?
Yes.
Perfect. Yep, it's the 30th anniversary of Show Me Love,
crazy.
Which is one of the most iconic, memorable songs. And we got you on the 30th anniversary of Show Me Love. Like, tell us how that's been for you.
It's been very exciting, very busy, thank goodness. Never complaining about being busy. And it's just a wonderful feeling to see the generations standing in front of you and knowing your songs, and most of them weren't even thought of when this song came out. So I tell them all, go home and thank your mamas and your daddies.
Mm-hmm. That's great. That's great. That's great. All right, so 30 years going on, and obviously you're still super active, still doing shows, still out and about. Like I've seen you pretty much everywhere. Like TMZ has talked to you, and you're doing shows for fashion. What was the last show that you just did for the fashion
Gucci
show?
action there
Was
that
it
I was going to
Gucci?
inquire about. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Gucci. Yeah, well, that was wonderful. That was like a dream come true, actually. And to be able to be in contact with the man himself whenever I need to speak with him, that's even better.
So,
Wow.
Rob, our crew here, we need some new gear. And I mean, I mean, you might as well dream big. I'm thinking, we were sitting here thinking about making our own gear. But I mean, hey, why not have the real swag if we can get it?
So, like, when you say you met the man, like the man for it?
I met the creative director, Sabato.
Wow, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
It gets even, to be able to send him messages on Instagram and him answer back. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm liking this.
yeah. Holy crow, man, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
He's a sweet person, and I appreciate his friendship. You never take people for granted. They're busy just like we are, but a lot rests on their shoulders. I know that he's busy, but him taking time out to answer me and check on me as well, it means a lot.
That is
cool.
good. You get a few people like that, and I mean, someone of his stature to do that for you is something that you always remember for
It's
the rest of your
major, baby, major.
Yeah, exactly.
Robin's like, I'm 30 years of all y'all knowing me, and I'm still blowing up. So, I mean, like,
still
literally.
blowing up.
I try to keep my head above water. I am who I am, and what you see is what you get. Um, I live on the corners of truth and transparency. And I just don't, I try to treat people like I want to be treated. You do right and you're good to people, all of that comes back to you. The universe gives it back to you.
You're going full circle, Robin. Somebody now we're showing you love.
Yeah.
I am appreciating all of it, every last bit of it. In the industry, period, you have your valleys, and you have your mountaintops. And so, you have to know whose you are in your valleys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll drive you crazy if you don't. I had a life before Show Me Love came out, and before even recording, I had a life. I worked, and I always stay up on my zhush, my skills, because you just never know. During COVID, I went back to work, and so you hone in on what you know, so that nothing is guaranteed in this industry, as you all know. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's other things. But I'd like to know that for me, um, 30 years is a consistency, and it brings about longevity, and humility plays a big part in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's funny because it almost take me back to when we were talking when we had Murphy Lee on.
Yeah.
One of the things we kind of got in discussion is that, like, we're talking. I got an 18-year-old kid, that she wasn't thought of, at the time, and you're sitting there, you were on top of the game in the '90s when every music was stiff competition, out there
Yeah.
now. Because for me, I'll look her right in her face and I go, okay, I don't know who this person is, I don't know where they came from, but I can promise you, in a month, you'll be on TikTok dancing to something else. You'll be, so that
Mm-hmm.
sustainability just is no longer, it don't exist anymore. Some of the artists, that are out there doing great work, because like I would, even kind of playing around and doing a little research here, I think these folks would be mind blown if they hear the Chris Brown
Yeah.
that did Show Me, if they hear Beyonce, that that Robin birthed the music.
Mm-hmm.
That they all think
Yeah.
was brand new, that happened yesterday, and now you got this new generation coming through that
And doing
all they know is social
Beyonce.
media, and
Yeah,
all they know
Beyonce,
is that
Chris Brown.
I don't get angry about it at all. Great. It's just, we talked about this before. And I don't get angry at all because I am one of the artists that has been relevant for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not taking any breaks. Yes, I had my valleys, but somebody always comes out with the show me love in either beat or song, and it just room for growth and room for conversation and room for I wonder where she is, the inquisitiveness, and I wonder if she still has it. I have to prove myself every single time, and I don't mind doing it because I know what I can do. I'm sure of that. Not conceited, confident.
Yeah. Chad, since you haven't met Robin, what's something you would want to ask Robin?
Oh man. I mean, I feel like we've kind of already talked about it, but I guess for somebody who's been doing something for so long and done it well, what was the key for you? Like what would you call your reason why? Like what's your why?
My why is because my mom was my key factor in singing, and she supported me from the time I started singing, which was 5 years old. And she was my largest supporter growing up. And you have moms that say, yeah, okay, this is a childhood dream, and but my mother was not that. She was like, okay, if you want to do this, let's do it. And she stood behind me. My mother passed away. The original Show Me Love came out in 1990, and it didn't do too well. um, and my mother passed away in 1990. So everything that I did at that time and everything that I still do is to honor my mom. I always want to continue to make her proud of me.
Heck yeah.
that's good.
That is
Was your
amazing.
mom a singer too, Robin?
My dad was a professional dancer and a singer. My dad went by the name of Stonewall Jackson.
Okay,
Stonewall
just
Jackson's
Stonewall
Robin's.
Jackson.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all the reason in the world to have pipes.
There was a quartet, if anybody knows anything about New York. We used to have the World's Fair, and there was a quartet that sang at the World's Fair, and my dad was one of the singers.
So
Well,
Robin, tell us. I know the story, but for the viewers out there that are going to be seeing this, tell us a little bit about the journey in Show Me Love. So like obviously like tell us how like the moment that spark hit for you, and like what was the turning point in that whole experience.
Well, I can't tell you that without telling you the beginning. And I like to always at the beginning. And the beginning was I was singing with a top 40 band. And a young lady by the name of Shirley Govan, I try to give her props all the time. She said, I have some people that I'd like for you to meet. Would you like to meet them? Yeah, sure, no problem. She asked them to come to the show with the band that I was singing with. They came to the show and they asked if I would like to come to the studio and hear what they had. And I was like, sure. What else am I doing? Working? Yeah. Okay, fine. Love to sing. Yes. So went and heard a couple of songs that they had written. These are the same two gentlemen that wrote Somebody Else's Guy for Jocelyn. And we sat and talked, and they said, well, we have a song that we'd like for you to do. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's hear it. But when I heard the song, I was like, mm. And when I heard the song, I guess it didn't sit well with me because it was one of those gentlemen that did the demo, or at least that's the demo I heard. And I was like, no, I can't do this. This is not me. These words are moving too fast. I'm used to singing ballads and love songs and Anita Baker's and Layla Hathaways and Phyllis Hyman's. I'm used to doing those. And he was like, no, just take it and we'll meet up again next week. So I took the song home and I practiced it and was listening to it all the time. And I was like, good Lord, I can't do this. This is not, no, this is not me. This is not me. It's not me. So I took it back to him and said, I can't do this. They said, why? I said, because I don't know anything about this song. That like I just don't know if I like it. And I don't want you to waste your time on me. So they were like, no, they were very adamant about me doing the song, at least trying it out. Because I didn't even want to try it out. I didn't want to waste my time. I didn't want to waste their time. I had two little kids, and that's what I was interested in. Okay. So, after us going back and forth, they said, okay, listen, take the song apart. And that's exactly what I did. I took line by line by line and tried to figure out where it infused itself in my personal life. And that's how, I said, okay, maybe I can do this because a lot of that fits my life. I mean, doesn't it fit at one point? So I went in and we scheduled a weekend and I stayed at their studio for the whole entire weekend. On Friday, I was good. Saturday morning, I woke up and I had a fever. And I just laid around. Saturday evening is when they said, okay, are you ready? And I was like, I'm sick. I was sleeping on the couch and I was sick. And I went in there and I said, okay, let's try it. So what everybody hears is actually me with the flu. Now, contrary to what people believe and what people are spreading, that's how it happened for me. And those who don't believe it, you weren't in the room when it was done. So your statements, comments are irrelevant to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Robin, we love when everybody comes on and debunks these myths we've
God,
lived with our entire
Right.
life. So hey,
I mean, first of all, I'm not going to speak on someone who is no longer here out of respect for her family and out of respect for her life. And she was a wonderful writer, but I didn't respond to it the first time, and this is the third time that. And I'm like, okay, because see, what they don't know is I have the covering of God on me, and the more you defame or try to uh, uh, discriminate or try to talk bad about my character, is the more God blesses me. So I said, bring it on.
Amen.
that's the valleys though you were talking about
Mm-hmm.
earlier. We
Yeah,
all of us got a few to walk through.
to everybody, you understand? And listen, from a Christian point of view. They talked about Jesus Christ and they still talking about him. So I feel like very good company.
Amen. That's great.
Preach it,
I was
sister.
about to say.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
I'm about
for
to
real.
pass here. Where's the plate?
All
We're
right,
about to
so
pass
this
the offering.
is I hate to do this at this specific point. We're getting to some really good stuff. But this week we have something very special that we're going to do, and we're going to do this every week. We're going to call it the Nasty Rants, brought to you by Big D's Sauce. And Mr. Nasty over here is going to tell us a little topic.
He's unbuttoned like 3 of his buttons already, so clearly he's already prepped to go.
I think we're ready for the nasty rant right here.
Yeah. So at the core of my being, I'm a happy, positive, and optimistic person. And so never do I ever utter a word of negativity ever. So in a way, this is a lot like therapy, because
for you or for us?
Yeah, right.
for me,
Okay.
because it's like a pressure cooker. My mom used to say, "Hey, get a wiffle ball bat and go beat a tree." But I thought I would start off with keep it kind of tame and not go for the jugular. But this is actually a recent story that happened. And so we'll start the timer right about now.
All right, yeah.
So
let's get the time set. All right, go.
We all have our guilty pleasures. One of my guilty pleasures is I play this stupid game on my phone when I got a little spare time or when I'm in bed at night before I go to sleep. And it's just a puzzles game where you match the little gems up and whatever, and you have a team of heroes. And anyways, it's called Empires and Puzzles, and it's my guilty pleasure. And you know what? If I got a little money here and there, and I'm trying to get some better heroes, I might throw a little bit of money at the special summons and stuff. And so, anyways, long story short, I've been playing this game for a while, and I took on the 23rd or 28th ranked team in the whole world. Okay. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you know what? What if I win? I'm gonna screen record this because I want some clout, right? So I screen recorded and I won. I whooped that. And so you know what I did? I took one of my beats and I put it as the backing track of the video. And I put it up on YouTube because I was like, maybe some gamers will see this video and then hear my cool song, and then I'll get a couple streams out of the deal. So then, just to make it go even better, I posted it on the Empires and Puzzles subreddit. Okay. First time I've ever posted anything on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
And in a matter of minutes, I was at minus 20 karma.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, what happened? Like, and I'll go to the comments section, and man, these salty gamers, man,
Fire you up.
Obviously you dropped. Why don't you if you put all that money in an IRA, you'd be rich in another 10 years, like I'm some sort of a donkey because I put a little money into Empires and Puzzles here and there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, screw these little gamers, these little punks. I don't know who they are, but I guarantee they weren't kids sitting at my lunch table in the cafeteria. And so I'm like, you know what? So I go to my blog on my website, nash-t.com, and I write, and again, because I'm targeting SEO and stuff, and I'm always talking up Young Grain, the sauces and stuff there too. So I'm like, it's all about marketing. So I put a blog article called "Spending Money on Empires and Puzzles is a Major Flex, and it pisses off salty gamers." And I write this condescending blog article about these punks. And, about, like, you can thank me for keeping the lights on in the developers' offices, and all this kind of stuff. Like, anyone's paying you to be a martyr, like your self-inflicted, free-to-play world is just... Because, I was raised, if you ain't got nothing to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I just couldn't believe out of the woodworks. So then I go back to the Empires and Puzzles subreddit, and I post the blog article, and I just put, "Yo, this article is hilarious." So I just had a feeling I was gonna get set the record for the most downvotes in Reddit history. But the opposite happened. Like all these other people who play it and like, get a extra summons here or there and stuff.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, screw those punks. I'm the same way. I'm tired of hearing their bitches. Shut up. And one of them was like, someone actually commented on the blog and was like, hey, post this in the actual Empires and Puzzles forum.
Okay.
That's where like the whining and complaining is at an all-time nauseating high. And so I was like, great idea. I'm going to be the ultimate Empires and Puzzles troll. Me and you know what my name is on Empires and Puzzles?
What?
www.nash-t.com.
Have to come see me.
So every time I whoop one of their little punk butts, they're like, who did this? Let me go check out this website.
Yeah.
What if they have anything cool there? Check out Young Gray's new single. And they're probably like, screw this guy. And I'm like, yeah, that's right.
That's so good.
All these punk little gamers, man, if you ain't got nothing to say, shut up. Because in real life, you want to be Mr. Nasty's friend. I promise you. I'm a good friend to have.
Heck yeah.
That's funny.
Perfect.
You
The
want to be Mr. Nasty's
The
friend.
first rant complete. All right, guys. One more little segment we have. We have a little treat for everyone today. As you know, me and DeMonte did the one chip challenge. Today, Will did say he would complete the one chip challenge. And I'm telling you, it is tough, but
No, you're gonna need milk.
well, we got some milk under the table for him. I got this the day before it got recalled.
May we
Just
bow
saying.
our heads?
All right.
All right, guys. And then we want you to bring back what you're feeling a little.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put 911 in my phone.
No.
That way you're I'm prepped.
He's good.
Robin, we're gonna save a little time here just in case that minute matters.
When Gray told me I was gonna do this, I was like, man, we've been to this hot sauce place in Gatlinburg, and we had like an 18 million Scoville piece of beef jerky, and this is only like a paltry 1.8.
1.7.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anywho, I'm just gonna. It's a couple of chips in there. I'm gonna put the whole thing in, right?
Yeah, just go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there we go. I mean, it's it's got a red tint to it. If you've never seen it.
Yeah, you should totally describe it the entire time.
Yeah.
Like from point A.
Describe it from
Actually,
point
actually, I think the back of the
Go.
package.
You gotta go for it quick and swallow
I think
quick.
the back of the
All right.
package walks you through all
I think
the.
you don't want to chew it
Yeah.
too long. Just chew it quick and swallow.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. One chip challenge. Let's go.
This man's beard is about to fall off. I'm telling you,
it's immediate heat.
your beard is coming off your face now. I'm telling you, and I mean like a milk. Yeah.
It's the hottest thing ever.
Like a champ.
Like a champ. No.
Gray, you should have gave him your hat
It's
so we
funny.
can
No,
watch the color
no
of his
heat.
face adjust. Yeah.
Honestly, the chip itself, it's got so much spices on it
Yeah, it's a lot.
that it kind of feels like a little soggy
It's a
in your
lot.
mouth. No. I'm probably going to start to get the hiccups. Just normally happens when you have something spicy, but
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day,
So far, you handling this like a champ, man.
At the
I'm
end
gonna
of
tell
the
you,
day,
I didn't.
Yo, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you just took it like a boss.
Yeah.
hey, listen.
I'm impressed.
Oh, me too. No, you
Holy-
should be. I'm telling you. I know what he just. I mean,
So,
as he sniffed.
it's all right, the one chip challenge. Anyways,
He's getting hot.
I gotta go, guys.
All right. So we lost Will, people.
Will tapped.
All right, guys.
Will tapped.
All right, back to Robin here.
Oh,
Hope you
God.
guys enjoyed the one chip challenge.
Yeah, that's not good.
holy
man.
crap.
That's so not good.
Still walking?
Yeah, he's walking. He's walking out of here.
It's one of the slow walks you will ever see.
All right, so Robin, so
we'll
tell
call
her.
him later and check in on him.
Yeah, we'll check in.
Yeah.
We'll check in on him.
See if his knees are still numb.
Got Karen with me. Hey, Karen, how's it going? How you doing over there?
I'm doing amazing. Thanks for having me.
All right, so Robin, so we know you're busy. What's up and coming? What's Robin next year? What's Robin 2 years from now? What could we expect?
Well, new singles. I have quite a few in the can just waiting their turn to come out. I'll be leaving for Australia.
No way.
Yeah, way. Leaving, coming back home and then going to Bali. So I have quite a bit going on, and I'm looking forward to it. This is the sustainment of it all.
That's amazing.
You got the but What About You is out now, right?
What About You is out, yes.
Live Tonight's out now.
Live
too,
Tonight's
just saying.
out as well. I mean, let's be real. I wasn't gonna drop that one because I actually made a cameo, and got to meet, the beautiful Miss Robin in person and hear her belt out,
Yeah,
one-on-one,
you're on it.
so-
Karen's on it. Karen's a megastar in that video.
Yeah, but Karen can't beat me, bro. I was her chauffeur after. Karen ain't got
We were
that.
both of our chauffeurs, actually.
No, Karen, I'm gonna have my moment. Robin said I had 3 seconds to analyze her. That's funny. Rob's like, I'm staying out of this one. That's awesome, though.
Karen, tell
That was
us
a
a
good
little
time.
bit about your experience with Robin.
Oh, it was amazing. And
Yeah.
I mean, meeting you, Robin, just spending the few days I did with you, I can tell that you're really a woman who has a heart of contribution. And you're not there you're there to perform for others, but I know that it's meaningful to you from what I've known from just spending time with you. And you care about the people that you're performing for.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, who your favorite audience members have been and who you've got to meet over the years.
Oh, wow. Well, let me just start out by saying again, there is a backstory before I can tell you the current. Um, After Show Me Love came out, I didn't like it. I never liked what I sound like on the playback. Let's be straight about that. I don't care what song it is, and I have to get used to it because I'm a writer as well. So I'm on to the next one. Once this one is done, I'm on to the next one. And when I hear it again, it's like years later that I hear a song that I've written. I'm like, God, that was before its time. It was really before its time. But I try to uh, take myself out of the equation, basically. When I have people that are of the LGBTQ community, and they come up to me and say, girl, I didn't know where I was going or what was happening with my life, but I came out on your song and it set me free. Who doesn't want to be free? Who doesn't want to live their authentic life? Who doesn't want to be happy in the skin that they're in? And then what was more important to me, or also important, let me say, is this one young lady, because I've never been a skinny chick. Okay, let's lay that out there right there. Never been a skinny chick. Always been a full-figured woman. Um, Lady came up to me and I was much heavier than what I am now. And she said to me, I thought there was no hope for me. She was in a deep, deep depression. And God's truth, she said to me, I listened to your song. I came here to see you in person, and you gave me hope. You gave a lot of hope. That's when I realized that this song was not for me. It was a message for everyone who's ever been teased. I mean, and I was teased. The record label told me that I had to lose weight, that they didn't want to put money behind me. I was told I couldn't sing. Oh, I went through some stuff, and again, my goal and my driving force was to make my mother proud of me. And it will remain so until I leave this earth. So no matter what anyone has to say about me, I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
Yeah, no,
And I
that's
can testify I stood before you 30 years later and you can sing. You can sing.
You can sing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We all know you can sing.
Yeah.
You can sing. It brought chills to my body to hear you sing in person. So that was
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll tell you, Robin. You and Chad would be best friends if you lived out in Nashville, just because you Chad is like the boy version of you. A lot of the same principles and stuff, and that's why I connect so great with Chad, is because of those
Mhm.
same principles that you guys really instill, and you're not scared to talk about it.
Yeah.
And
Life is a beast. And I say it to everyone. Life in general is a beast. Okay. And so if you can endure that, there's nothing that you can't endure.
mm-hmm.
There's no one that you can't endure. Nothing that comes your way that will beat you. Because it's if you can endure life on an everyday basis, come on, you can do anything.
One of the life lessons that I've always locked into, from and I can't, I'll give them both credit because who I am today is, due to my parents, grandparents, all that. But
Mhm.
you triggered something, a few minutes ago when you were like, you approached, I didn't know how to come out, or I've been going through this, I've been bullied, I've been, a bigger person my entire life. And
Mhm.
honestly, one of the lessons that has always like resonated with me is that when somebody told me, and I actually matured enough to understand that sometimes you go through things that's not yours. So for me, when you were saying that, it's funny because like you sit back and you're like, well, you go, I've never been a skinny girl, especially in this day and age where everything is image. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't, the world refuses now for you to be who you are, and it don't matter what you are. But the
Right.
world just wants to keep telling us all, no, you can't be gray. No,
Mm-hmm.
you can't be Mr. Beebe. Like that's not how we want you to be who we want you to be. So for me, even more so important now, is that we just got to keep, encouraging these kids that, yeah, you're going to go through some stuff because they are
Mhm.
way, and I tell them, like, you're way softer than I ever thought about being. As a,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Right.
you're not built like, and we always say we're not built like the generation before us, and they're not built like the generation before them.
Right.
And it is a true
Right.
story, but I do think we carry a heavy load and we have a burden on us to make sure that we're pulling out. If we pull out one person, I think that's important enough that that one person now pulls out one person, and you just got to keep
Yes.
that. You got to keep linking that chain, and we don't leave that gap, because then
Absolutely.
now we're in a lot of trouble anyway. But we're
Mm-hmm.
really in
Yeah.
a lot of trouble, if we don't keep linking and making this connection of, I've heard about you forever
Mm.
through this man, and like literally, we're all the ties of the world are coming together in the weirdest way possible, but it's working.
Let me tell you something. I um and I say this with a humble heart. I don't consider myself one of the best singers, okay? But there's something in my voice, there's something in my tone, something in the way that I interpret the song that reaches people. And I always used to say when I go out, if I could just get one person a show to say to me, "Girl, you took me to church," then I've done what I was supposed to do. If I got you thinking about church, I got you thinking about God, then I did what I was supposed to do. And I feel like the happiest person in the world when someone says that to me because I've conquered and I've defeated and I've shown them that it's a better way to be who you want to be. Let me tell you, I did an interview years ago when I started out, and it was always people with they didn't say, I'm gonna say it just the way they said it to me. Oh, how do you feel with all those homos in your videos? And I'm like, who are you talking about? I wanted them to say exactly what they meant. You know, gay boys in your videos. Okay. All right. So now I sat back and I sat there and tried to process this as quickly as I could, but be very diligent and very forceful with what my answer was going to be. So I sat up and I said, let me ask you a question. I said, do you live your life? Are you able to live your life 24/7? And he said, yeah. I said, do you do what you want to do 24/7? He said, yeah. I said, well, they don't. They have to be what society wants them to be during the day. And then they are whom they desire to be at night. And so that's why they're called children of the night, because their night is daytime for them. I said, so if you're able to live your life and do the things you want to do without anyone judging you, except for you just being a human being, because that's what we all are first, okay? I said, and oh, for the record, they're not homos. They're people, just like we are. So things like that to educate people. And after I said that, and it was on air, no one ever asked me that question again.
Who would have the audacity to
It's
just
the world we live in,
drop a
man.
question
it's-
like
I
that
mean,
on air? Like
And
that's
honestly, that's light compared to some of the stuff you hear now. I mean, that's the unfortunate side of it is that, it just seems like everything's escalating even worse than, we thought early on that was horrible now, and that wasn't good.
Mhm.
But now everybody's gotten so brave now to just drop whatever out their mouth, but then nobody can take it back.
Yeah. Mhm.
And you don't have all of your little social media trolls to help you control your comments and what you can say in the next moment because we got so many people playing off of, okay, well, Chad said this.
'Cause you know what
let
it
me
was?
play with that,
Exact-
because now I can
exactly.
hide behind Chad, and I'll just comment off Chad's and let him catch all the heat and his initial. But
Mhm.
it's
'Cause the
the, it's
thing
the
is,
slapping,
people-
hiding hands that
people are
drives
trying
me crazy.
They're
But
trying to catch you. So
Yeah.
like they're in this society, there's more bad than good by
Yeah.
a lot.
People will believe a lie other than fact checking and get their knowledge base all together before they comment on
Well,
stuff.
fact checking takes time, and these folks they want immediate so it's easier to just approve that lie because it's an immediate
Thing.
yes, and I don't have to look any further into it because I'm too lazy
Yeah.
to find out if
Well,
it's the
think
truth or
about
not.
how much
So,
times things were twisted. Like even with Chad playing in the NFL or whatever. I'm
Right.
sure when they interviewed him, like you almost have to be as generic as possible. Otherwise, like you can
Right.
get your words twisted. Like
Right.
in some of these press conferences or whatever, it's like
Well, they're sitting there waiting
Yeah.
on you to slip.
Oh,
like
waiting.
now it's
And-
let me and nothing good gets written. It's everything that you slipped on, not the
Mhm.
But that's why it's so important. Like I will say things and they'll say, well, what do you mean? And I'm saying, I'm glad you asked me. Because I want to clear it up so that there's no mistake as to what I said, because I will go back on and I will say it again. Okay. Everybody's allowed to speak their piece, but the person who knows the truth. But there's my truth, your truth, and the real truth. Okay. And what I always tell people, and I read something that confirmed it, is that I don't care what you say. I know it and God knows it. And that's all that matters to me.
Well, if I can add to that too, because we kind of touched on it earlier, but when you go through adversity, it becomes your story that you really should share because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, yeah, you may get flack for it, but also you're going to help a lot of people. And there's a saying that has stuck with me for some time now, and it's not mine, but when your testing becomes your testimony, and
Yep.
that's big for me. Just being on the football field a lot, there's a lot of injuries, and so there was actual physical pain happening, but through that adversity, it built character that I feel I'll be able to hang on to for the rest of my life. They end up becoming almost a little miracle along the way, even though it kind of sucks at the time, right? But that's when you just got to put your head down, knowing what the real truth is, what you were just touching on.
Mhm. But I always tell everybody, you can either consider what's going on in your life a devastation or a lesson. And then you have to ask yourself, so what is the lesson that I learned from this? Right? Where's that window where the light is shining through? It may not be a whole lot of light at the moment, but if you can find that little peephole or that little crack where the light is shining through, it's always a lesson. You're never going to do it again. You tried it. You're never going to do it again. Or it taught you something, or it taught you the real deal about a person or people. So it's always a lesson on whether you're on the football field, whether you're on a basketball court, whether you're singing, whether you're playing tennis. There's always little triggers of lessons that you need to learn. And I think it's so important that people gravitate to that than the controversy that keeps, it just stays alive. what's the lesson behind this? And it also teaches you, if you're the person that's going through it, you just showed me who you were, always have been.
Wow.
So now I know I can turn around and cut you loose and have no feelings about it. So it's always a lesson.
That's crazy.
And the key is not to lose that lesson.
No. So dropping knowledge from
that's
Mama
good.
Robin right there.
Yeah.
That's always good. All right, so we do got to wrap up though, but before we wrap up, we always have some final words. So I want to start that for you, Robin. Obviously, I love you. You've been like a sister to me, and me and you keep in contact all the time. Like I'll FaceTime you just randomly, or you'll FaceTime me, and we'll stay in contact. And I want to know that I love that more than anything. My kids even look forward to it. They're like, Dad, when is Robin S gonna call again?
Yeah.
At this point.
That's fine.
So I just want to thank you for being who you are. For people that don't know you, you're one of the most loving, full-hearted people that I have ever met in my life, period. So I do want to let you know I genuinely love you, and I thank you for everything that you've ever done. And everyone knows you for show me love and all of that stuff, but what you have done for me has shown me love.
Honestly, you almost I had one simple line, and I was honestly going to thank you for showing us love today and for showing the world love. We need more of it. I encourage you to keep going no matter what valley, no matter what obstacle, because the same way you've encouraged us, we have to do the same for you. So I will be the first to, one, thank you for gracing us with your presence. It was great seeing you again. And we'll appreciate all that you do and all that you've brought us.
Chad, anything else?
I mean, just maybe a little bit more of a funny, to be honest with you, but I was just playing your music for my 2-year-old daughter, and I just wish I could show you a video of her getting down to some of the music. It's good stuff.
Because she can dance.
Did you do a video of it?
Oh gosh, yeah, I'd have to go back and find it, but maybe I can send it to you.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. And I want to lay out a great thank you to everyone for just being you and who you are. God makes no mistakes, and everything is orchestrated by his works. And being obedient to it is something that I strive to do. I just want to thank you all for just, being who you are to people, who you are to me. And I like genuine people.
Care, take us out,
Thank
Care.
you.
Well, and I'll wrap up by saying the same thing. My daughter was there that weekend. She was truly inspired by you. So she just said just the interactions and conversations that you two had just one-on-one just really touched her heart. And she felt very, very much inspired by you and what you had to offer her. And then even our fun conversations about the dogs and the white cars that you've always owned and things like that. So a lot of laughs too, as well as inspiration. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
You are a genuine person.
Thank you.
We love you,
Yeah, no
Robin.
Love you more.
Always. We love you.
I love
Thanks
you.
a lot.
All right, Nashtyville out.
Oh, is this how they do Tommy's
What are you
pranks?
Thrill,
Hey, buddy, what's up?
what's going on, man? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I read you loud and clear.
Hey, well, don't
Can
say
you hear me
nothing.
okay?
Don't say nothing crazy about black people right now, bro. I'm listening. Swear to
Come on.
Did you make it home?
Well, I am. So listen. It's interesting that you guys are following up, and I'm very grateful that you're checking in on me. No heart palpitations or anything weird, but listen, I thought I washed my hands thoroughly. I left the studio and I immediately washed because I had that seasoning on my fingers, like when you eat Doritos or Cheetos, and it started. And so I knew I had to get that off, and so I thoroughly, I'm talking thoroughly, washed my hands with soap and water. Counted. I'm saying Old MacDonald had a farm. 3 different times I washed my hands before I use the restroom. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Oh no.
well, let's just say it didn't do a good enough job.
Hey man, this one of those days, man. You should have been blessed to not have to touch it. You should have just been able to go in and whip it and be fine, bro.
I thought I was good, but no.
Hey,
No,
that's
and
funny.
it reminds me of a story. See, back in the day, I used to work offshore, and I worked with this Cajun fella who told me a story about going to a crawfish boil with his wife, and anyway, on the drive home,
That's
and
funny.
things get a little spicy. Yeah.
That's funny, man.
So you're
Oh, my God.
getting the down under burn.
Yeah, man.
The
I know. Now I know what
under
it.
burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not anticipate this, and the burn was the burn was a creeper. But listen, thanks to being in dad mode 24/7, I had some baby wipes
Oh yeah.
in the back seat.
Oh my God.
Hey, they save you, man.
They did say.
Baby wipes are saviors. I'm telling you, they are.
Yo, so
People really
so
understand.
now that it's over, how bad was that freaking burn? Like the freaking from the actual chip? Because you handled it like a boss, but that
Yeah, I
shit is
mean-
hot as shit.
Yeah, it's hot. Bro.
When a couple years ago, I was at I was on a chili cook-off team, a Harley Davidson chili cook-off, and they always do a jalapeno eating contest, and I always compete, and that to me, the jalapeno eating contest, fresh jalapenos, are like after you've pounded down like 8 jalapenos in under 2 minutes or whatever. I mean, whatever it ends up being, or maybe it's 60 seconds. I don't know how many. That burn to me will stay in my mind forever. Honestly, the burn from not having washed my hands off well enough
This
is
man,
way worse.
I was about to say,
Was way worse.
this man's hot. I've seen a million of these online.
Yeah.
And I swear this may be the first time I remember one taking precedence over the mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like you hear all the stories. Like Dave and I are actually sitting there on the way here. Like
Watching the
He's like,
videos.
oh my God, check this one out. This may be, bro, you may like go viral for being the first person that ever
Just took it
had-
was like, all right,
Well,
yeah.
he
Like,
took it high. He didn't take it low.
yeah.
So, like this man, this man,
Hey,
this
let-
man
Yeah, he didn't take it low.
His high tolerance is great. His low tolerance is not so great.
No. No.
No tolerance at all.
Whose is?
That's funny, bro.
Jeez Louise,
Hey,
man. Well,
man.
we're glad you're
Hey.
all right.
Well,
That's
you
the most
get major props from us, man, because we were giving you props for that initial burn. We thought it was going to take you out, and you sat here, and I was like, okay, maybe he's not affected by stuff that should kill you. But
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
sitting here swimming, and I'm good.
Well,
I was burning up watching.
Yeah, I was burning up too,
Yeah.
man.
Listen, just call me back in about 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah, actually, we probably
Yeah.
should call you tomorrow and make sure you're not at
Yeah.
Vandy on like a drip or something.
No.
Yeah.
We're being dehydrated.
No, I think when that comes out, it's gonna be
That's what I'm saying. He may be on a drip tomorrow at Vandy, but he's being dehydrated.
different.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Ride around my top down, window shaking a lot now. I'ma stay proud, no Kane Brown, but I thank God for these days now. Don't make sounds, crash glass, no rebounds. N-town, Nashtyville, and I stay proud now. Ooh.